I mean, I couldn't ask for a better start. We took the first drive of the game, looked like our legs were real fresh. We did really well. We drove it down the field, punched it in the end zone, went up, looking pretty good. Defensively, we started out, looking pretty good defensively too. And then we look up, we couldn't get the stop on fourth down there several times. They kept hitting us with the passes. They got a few jump balls on us. And, coming out in the second half, we didn't look like we had the legs we had last week.
Questions on the floor?
Coach, the turnovers and turnover on downs there in the first half, hard to get the ball moving on offense. What was your assessment of what they were doing defensively?
Oh, well, I mean, they're a great defense. They got a bunch of really good kids out there that, can set edges and come up from the backside. But, I mean, all of it was when you look at it on film, it's execution on our part. I mean, things that, I should have done a better job, coaching our guys up on, wrapping in a hole, things like that, identifying people a little bit better. But all that's on me.
Your first drive, you ran the ball really well. You end up in the end zone. Your second drive, you're faced with a third down and then a fourth down, and you throw both times. What was the thought process on that second drive?
We were trying to take what they were giving us. We were trying to take what they were giving us. They had their secondary backed up. Their linebackers were coming up really hard and fast, and then, just a lot of experience against that exact defense and what works against it. On some of those screen passes and stuff we set up, it's there. You look at it on film, it's there.
Coach, obviously this is the second straight season you guys have made the playoff runs last year, from the state semifinal now to the state championship. Just, being able to get to this point in back-to-back seasons, especially in your first two seasons as head coach, what does that mean to you?
I mean, to me it means the world, but it's all credit to these guys. I mean, we've got the best kids in the world at JHS. They come to work every day. They strap it on. They listen. They study. They know their game plans. That they know what they're doing when they get out there on the field, and they play with every ounce of heart, just like their parents raised them.
Yeah, Connor, how was this team able to go to the state semis as a 4 seed last year, and then as a 3 seed this year, go to the state championship game? Like, how were y'all able to do that?
We did that, just showing, like you said, showing up every day, putting in the work. It's a life lesson in it. It's not about how you start; it's about how you finish. We all we decided, you get the playoffs, you just got to turn it up. That's what we do. That's what we've done the past 2 years.
I guess just starting with Londell, the seniors as a whole, you guys bringing this program to new heights. What are you gonna? I know it's the immediate aftermath. What are you gonna look back on from this last, 2 seasons, semifinals and the state final appearance?
I'm gonna look back on all the blood, sweat, and tears that we've put into everything that we've accomplished over the last couple months. Me being my first time playing with these boys, I've had a really great time, and that's pretty much it.
I'm going to look back on, the last year's season, those group of seniors that we had, they were like the best leaders we could have ever asked for. They, no matter what it was, no matter if we were up by a bunch, down by a bunch, they were always trying to hop us up, keep us motivated to keep playing. And then this year, with us group of seniors, we had to be those people now. We had to step up and take that role. And I just hope that I can look back and say we did a good job at that.
I'm going to look back on our sophomore year when we were down. We just turned it around after that. We decided we weren't going to be bad anymore, and we just keep fighting every week. Every week's a new game. So just thought that's what I'm going to look back on, treating every week.
I'm going to look back all the way to freshman year when we all started playing together. We all put in blood, sweat, and tears and kept driving and driving. This year, I'm just going to miss playing with everybody.
Coach, was there a particular moment during the season where you thought that, this bunch has got a shot at doing something really special here today?
When we first started the season, yes. So when we first started the season, I looked out there at all the guys that we had out there that had a ton of experience, a lot of good, running backs coming back. The majority of the offensive line was coming back. I put on the back of our shirts this year to the end of the line because I felt like when I lost these 3 guys. You know, the majority of that group I had last year, you know, will have graduated. We're going to bring Brody back, and he'll be the only returning starter from that original offensive line for next year. But, you know, to start the season, yeah, I felt like we had a chance to be special. We had a bunch of bumps in the roads this year, some really big ones, some key injuries. You know, we lost 2 starting offensive linemen before district ever started. Something most people don't know is that Trenton Reynolds is out there playing right now with a torn labrum and a torn rotator cuff. You know, he can barely throw that ball about 25 yards, but he grits his teeth and he throws it with everything he's got every time. Dude's a warrior. He knew that was torn, and that was going into the first round of the playoffs, and he never gave up on his team. He stepped out there, got under center, handed the ball off, and threw the passes that we were capable of throwing, and led this team to the state championship game. And I can't think of anything better than that to say about a team, a quarterback that's willing to go out there and grit his teeth for the seniors that are above him to make sure that we could do something special.
Last week, y'all recovered 2 onside kicks. You were down 14-7 coming into the second half. Was there any?
It was definitely discussed, you know. But we to start off the second half, we felt like, you know, that sends the wrong signal to the defense, you know, and I didn't want to do that. And honestly, the defense did fine. They did fine in the second half. You know, 21 points. That's on me. I've got to call a better game offensively. I got to put more than 7 points on the board.
Yeah, this is for everybody, starting with Londell, looking up into the crowd, seeing, you know, the entire town of Joaquin filling up to the second level here at AT&T Stadium. What does that mean for y'all? It's just having the overall support, just overwhelming and just full support from the town of Joaquin.
Just a blessing. Just a blessing just to see all the love that everybody gives us and all the credit that they have given us, and there's a lot that we all feel whenever we see that. We just feel all the passion and the courage that they give to us every single game, every Friday or Thursday, down or up. We're just thankful.
There's one word that our town goes by, and it's family. We don't have them on these jerseys, but if you watch us play in our blue jerseys, or if you come see us at the school when we're working out in our athletic clothes, we got family on the back of our jerseys, back of our athletic clothes. We got it all over the place. That's what it means to live in Joaquin. It's just one big family. And everybody looks out for each other, everybody takes care of each other, and everybody loves each other. And we just stick together.
Yes, sir. Our community is probably the best thing I've experienced, especially in my school career. We get to do we had the opportunity to do a lot of things that not a lot of kids in Texas or even in the country are able to experience, and that's just a lot of that comes from our fans and our community.
As all 3 of them said, we're just blessed to have a community like that that supports us to the very end. Even if we're losing, they'll still support us.
Final question?